In my opinion, Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 3 has started off to a fantastic season launch, and I made a whole video yesterday talking about it. That's not what we're going to be talking about today. Today, we're going to be talking about the main criticism that the community of Fortnite has been talking about this season, and that is the lack of mobility. People don't like that there is pretty much no mobility, although there is a couple things, but again, we'll get into it in just a second. Before we do get into today's topic, I do want to say hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's talk about Fortnite mobility. So, like I said, the community isn't so happy about it. We've had coming off of a season, and I believe like it was been a long time, right, since we've had pretty much no mobility. The only mobility that is in the game right now is the raptors, which you can only find in the jungle, and you have cars, which people don't really take too much. How often you really see people driving cars in Fortnite? Honestly, compared to like all the people that you run into, it's not that much. So I understand the people who really do like mobility in the game. It makes it really fast. But there's pros and cons to it. How I'm coming at this is I personally enjoy the meta change every single time that they do it. That's something that I love in Fortnite, and I believe that's something that one of the reasons why we all fell in love with Fortnite. The game is forever changing, and now we're entering a season where there's no mobility. It's different. We have to play a little bit different. So what I do like is that they still have the cars there. So that's something, if you're really stuck in the storm, if you have to travel a long ways away, you'll still have the cars, you'll still have everything like that, right? But ultimately, I do like that, okay, we're coming off of a season where everything was so fast-paced. Yeah, and I loved it, to be honest with you. I loved it. I'm not saying, like, I see both sides. I like both. That's the biggest thing for me, okay? So, like I said, we're coming off of the Mega City season where we have the ODM gear. Everybody had either ODM gear or Spider-Man gloves. The fastest mobility we have seen probably ever, to be honest with you. And I'm quite surprised we're seeing a little bit of what you could say backlash. I mean, it's not like it's like a crazy amount, but it's enough to be noticeable. That's pretty much like this. You hear a lot. This season would be great except mobility. You know what I mean? I'm surprised to see that because I found myself getting third-partied so much, and I'm not really complaining about that. Like, I prefer not to get third-partied, of course, but it's still fun. Like, you know, you finish a fight and you have to worry about another team coming in, but oftentimes you would lose, and that's one of the reasons why Siphon's fun, you know? So another thing is, if you're really kind of fighting against somebody, they could just go away really fast. ODM gear, Spider-Man gloves, whatever it may be, Rift to go, stuff like that. That's another reason why people really hate those items. And it kind of a little bit forces the team, if you're playing in a squad or a duo or a trio, to work together. Because if somebody is really far away, typically they could be back in a second with Spider-Man gloves. If they want to go push a team by themselves, they have an out, they have a rift to go. That's what happens when you have a lot of mobility. Now they're trying, so like you have to be around your team at all times, and I kind of like that. The biggest thing is, like I said, I just enjoy the change. But I do want to point out this to you because this was the idea for the whole video, to be honest with you, because I did see this tweet from Happy Power here, and I believe that he has a point, you know what I mean? And it didn't get a lot of attention personally, but I really like his point. So this is what he had to say. I think the lack of mobility in the game is actually good for us. We're too used to everything being extremely fast-paced, even in real life. Sounds crazy, but I feel like it's just our attention spans that annoy us because it's not convenient to have to actually spend time running. If you've watched any of my other channels, you would know that I have talked about this very, like a lot, man. It's true. Everybody's attention span is getting horrible. I don't believe it's a convenience that people are just constantly getting more and more depressed all the time. Nothing in life is satisfying them. And you could like, of course, there are more things and more important things in Fortnite, but that stuff that people are constantly not pleased with, it translates to things like Fortnite. You know, our attention spans are completely destroyed, and he's right in the sense where now that the mobility's gone, we don't have the attack on Titan. We need Subway Surfers on our TikToks. You know what I mean? Attention spans are a huge problem. And now last season you had the attack on Titan mythics where it's like constantly you felt so sick going through the trees, attacking people. It was awesome. There was so much always going on in the Mega City season. Okay? Now it's a little bit more reserved. You're running around, you're spending a little bit more time, and Happy Power is right. It's possibly because of our attention spans, and the reason why I am more on this, that this also translates to Fortnite, is because take a look at all of Chapter 1, when the game got big, when it was, everybody says Fortnite's peak. I don't believe it's Fortnite's peak, but that's what most people tend to believe. There was absolutely zero mobility. None. You walked around the entire time. Coincidence? Our attention spans are gone, guys. Our attention spans are absolutely gone, and it affects your real life. You get sad. You never get happy with anything anymore. And I actually thought about making a whole video about this because it's true. Like I mentioned earlier, your attention, we need constant hits of dopamine. Things that you typically find pleasurable in life are no longer pleasurable, and that translates to video games. Whether or not you think that's significant, it doesn't matter. Like, of course, like it's Fortnite. If you don't enjoy Fortnite, I guess it's not really a big deal in your life. You know what I mean? But the same, like, effects to your brain apply. I believe he's onto something for real. Like, because we haven't had complaints about mobility until recently. It could just be an adjustment period, or Happy Power could actually be onto something. This is where I want to know what you guys think in the comments, because I'd love to hear from you. I would absolutely love to hear from you. But I will leave you with this, okay? Epic Games is apparently working on some mobility things, like we're going to get helicopters in the game, and I don't know how accurate it is, but I've seen people talk about getting ATVs back. Don't take that as confirmation, but as the updates come along, I'm sure Epic Games will give us more mobility. Like I said, we have the helicopters for sure coming back, so that's one thing. Either that, or they're trying to get you to use the vines more, try to use the raptors, but again, that's kind of just in the center of the map. All in all, though, I enjoy the change. Whenever Fortnite changes up the meta, changes up the gameplay, that makes me have the most fun because it's different, it's fun, it's fresh. We just had a whole season mobility. I can take a season off without it. I'm okay with it, but this is where I'll leave it up to you guys. I want to know what you think down below. Please let me know. Do you like having mobility in the game? What do you think of Happy Power's tweet? And would you like to see a whole video on the topic? Just attention spans in real life. I've made a whole video talking about dating and gaming relationships like that. So I can spin off. It just depends if you guys really like that video, because I have had a wonderful amount of comments on that video, which I appreciate. I'm really happy that you guys enjoyed it. But if you guys would like to see more content like that, and I could dive into attention spans on gaming, how to fix it, stuff like that, let me know what you guys think down below, everybody. And yeah, like I said, let me know about what you thought about everything that I talked about. What mobility items would you also like to see unvaulted to fix this season? Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you are new here and you enjoy the content, please consider hitting like button would help out the channel a ton, and subscribe if you are brand new. On the screen right now, you will have 2 Clen videos. Check them out. They're pretty great, guys. I will see you there or in the next video. Take care.